Hey guys, we are here to bring you at-home workout number 49. It's the workout for Friday, May 1st. And before I begin, happy birthday to Janet. And a reminder, we have 3 classes tomorrow, 6 a.m., noon, 4 p.m. And then our happy hour is later. It's going to start at 8 o'clock. And it's a happy hour / FUCS challenge celebration. And at around 8:30, we're going to roll into our first ever ICA Quizzo. So if you haven't seen it yet, click the link, check out the Facebook event, and we hope to see a bunch of you there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to take you through the warm-up today. We're going to open up with 2 minutes of running in place. So Nikki's going to get running. We're just going to stand here and watch her run for 2 minutes. We're going to get her doing a couple of different things because just running in place for 2 minutes is a bit much. So Nikki's just going to start by shaking out her right arm a little bit. Then she starts shaking out her left arm a little bit. She can do some crossovers with her arms here. She can give me some high knees in place. She can give me some butt kicks in place. Seems like we should do a little bit of backwards running. There you go.
Yeah.
Good.
See?
Some straight leg runs.
Ooh, I like those.
Yeah. You can do low, do some high knees. There's some quick touches. Cool. You can do some touching the floor in between your toes. Point is, make it interesting, right? You're going 2 minutes of running in place. Don't just sit there and jog. We want to get your blood flowing, but it's going to be raining out, so we're not going to actually send you out for a 400-meter run.
Right.
Once you've done those 2 minutes of runs, we're going to knock out 3 rounds of this warm-up. It's going to be 3 inchworms. So Nikki's going to come down, walk her hands out, hit a push-up, and then walk her hands back in. Try and keep your legs as straight as you can for that walk back in. After you hit 3 of those, we're going to do 6 Spider-Man lunges, 3 per leg. So a nice long lunge, sink down. You can get a little bit of movement in that lunge if you want to try and loosen things up. Just kind of find what's tight. Then 9 squats. Just real pretty deep squats. You can play around with your stance through these 3 rounds. Just trying to get those legs feeling good. And then we're going to go 12 plank, knees to elbow, 6 per side. So Nikki gets into a nice tight plank and then pulls her left knee to her left elbow, comes back and switches. But that's about the speed we're looking for. So nothing real fast, just nice controlled movement getting her ready. So 3 rounds of 3 inchworms. 6 Spider-Mans, 9 squats, 12 plank knees to elbows, and then you're going to knock out a few reps of the movements from the workout.
Okay, so let's talk about the movements in the workout. It's a 4-rounder today, 4 time. You're going to hit 20 push-ups, 30 squats, squat cleans with your dumbbell or kettlebell, and then 40 mountain climbers. Is that 20 right, 20 left?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
20 right, 20 left. I'll be sure to specify that on the vlog.
Yeah.
Okay, so push-ups, we all know and love the push-up. John's going to get down to that nice plank position, lower himself to the ground so his chest only chest touches, and drive back up. Do a couple real time. Okay? As always, for the RX, the only thing touching at the bottom is that chest. It's not your belly, it's not your legs. Cool. Keep it tight, drive on up. Arms just outside of his chest. And we're looking for, anywhere as much as like 45 degrees out. Some people prefer to keep it nice and tight, that's fine too. What I don't want to see from anybody is chicken wings. Mm-hmm. We've been doing a ton of push-ups. You know how to modify, elevate it to a chair, drop to your knees, roll that push-up if you need to roll the push-up. Whatever's going to let you get through 20. That first set of 20, you probably want to be able to do in like 2 sets.
Yeah.
Okay, just so you keep this thing moving. So however many push-ups you can do unbroken in 2 sets, that could be around 1 number. If that's 10, that's 10. If it's 20, it's 20. Mm-hmm. All right. Then we're going to go into 30 single arm cleans with your kettlebell or dumbbell. It's going to look slightly different depending which equipment you're using. So he's going to start with that kettlebell. First thing he did, you saw him bring that back towards his heels, and I want to really emphasize, it almost can't be too far behind you. It can be lined up instead of your ankle bones really back with those heels. Okay, so he's going to bend those knees, drive the knees out, arm is straight down that kettlebell handle, chest is as tall as you can reasonably get it, and this other arm is out to the side as a little bit of counterbalance. Okay, without the kettlebell the first time, nice and slow. He's gonna stand up, pop the hip, shrug the shoulder, pull that elbow back, okay, and as he's kind of swinging that elbow around, he's dropping down into the squat and catching this kettlebell, hopefully right on that fleshy part of his bicep. So now you can do it with the equipment. All right. Good, so every time he's bringing it back to tap the floor, stand up, shrug. Okay, quick elbow. Now, it's 50 total. We didn't specify how often to switch.
30 total.
I'm sorry, we switched the workout.
Yeah.
It's 30 total. We didn't specify how often to switch. We thought it'd be a good practice to switch every round. If you can switch every rep, if you can get into the groove. But if it's too awkward for you to be switching hands every time, feel free to knock out like 5 on one side and then switch. But John, can you show just a couple in a row where you alternate every time? So he's going to do the right arm, reset, quick switch to the left arm, re-sweat, re-switch. Woo! Okay, so you get the idea. And that is a little bit slower than if you tap each and kind of do several in a row on one side. So dumbbell is going to be similar. What I'm going to do actually, instead of having the heads facing his feet, we're going to rotate that. So the dumbbell's kind of lined up, facing the same direction as his feet are. He's going to get low and grab that, and I don't know if you can see this, he is much lower in a squat than he was on the kettlebell, because this handle is this high, and the dumbbell handle's all the way down there, right? Okay, so a lot lower of a squat, but the movement's the same. He's going to stand up, shrug, swing that elbow around, and instead of catching it on the outside of the bicep, he's now just catching it. Can you show them, kind of stand up and from the side, with the head, the back head of the dumbbell just sitting right on his shoulder. We still would love you to tap the floor every time, but if it is way too low and that's too much of a squat for you, it bothers your knees, you can't keep your weight in your heels, maybe your back starts rounding, then just lower it down so that the dumbbell handle is somewhere below your knees, ideally around mid-shin, and go from there. Okay, so what we're looking for is from the side that he's only going as low as he can keep that nice straight back position. If going any lower kind of forces him to start rounding and looking goofy, no good. All right.
Cool.
The 40 is 40 mountain climbers. We've also done a lot of mountain climbers during this period, so he's going to go for range of motion today. I want to see that toe. Good. It doesn't necessarily have to line up with your fingertips, but I do want your toe at least kind of hitting where your palm is somewhere. For the RX mountain climber, it's really easy in the middle of that to shorten the range of motion, and instead of getting your foot all the way up here, it's only getting to here. Okay, so really emphasize that full range, 20 per side, 40 total.
Cool.
All right, that's the workout.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything. Did I lose our sheet?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready to cool down?
Yeah. Cool, so after you get through 4 rounds of all that, we're going to hit the child's pose. Nick's going to come down into a child's pose here.
It won't be too much of a work.
So Nikki's going to put her knees wide, her toes real close together, arms out in front of her, and just kind of drift back, getting a good long stretch. We're going to spend 1 minute in this position, and then we're going to spend a minute of an arm cross under. So Nikki's going to slide her arm underneath and get a good stretch kind of right across here. We're going to spend a minute on each arm there. And that's going to be our cool down for this. Whew.
Cool. Feels so good.
Yeah.
All right. I think that is all we have for you.
Yeah. Hope to see some people at Quizzo and
form your teams in advance if you haven't already, okay? So we have that new community Facebook page now, so I'm probably going to be going on there to solicit if anyone wants to team up with us, because we're terrible at Quizzo. So if we have any ringers out there, feel free to help us out. But yeah, go ahead and formulate those teams so that when tomorrow comes around, we can just jump right into the game without worrying about too many logistics.
yeah, cool.
Okay.